Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you an update on this Kriel space station and how it's coming along. It is getting there. I didn't get quite as much time as I thought I was going to get on it, and a lot of that's my own fault. I've been heavily paying attention to the news and the events in the news. I don't discuss that on Imperium channels, but I just wanted to let you know that's part of my delay. The other thing that was brought up in comments too is my shaky camera action when I'm doing these videos. So I'm really trying to take a very conscious effort to not run around like I would be a first-person shooter. And hopefully, but definitely I appreciate the heads up on that. I didn't realize I was being so jerky with the camera when I was walking around these places. So, as in the station, it's got some more work to be done, but it is largely getting there. Most of the interior is now complete. I do have several little room things and connectors or side rooms or something like that to do up yet. But I'm just going to walk in here, and actually I'm going to get out of God mode. I'm going to turn the lighting down, and we're going to walk through here a little bit, and I'm going to probably end up getting lost in my own creation. Now, keep in mind, I've been saying all along that the crafting area for the player-based version is pretty straightforward and easy to navigate, and everything should be pretty tight and close. But if you get away from that crafting area, there's possibility that you'll get lost. And I realize that, and that is, well, it's part of the, I've been purposely trying to do a lot of these different hallways and things like that to create an environment for an FPS-like shooter kind of thing. That would work out pretty good, and that's kind of like what's going on this floor as well. And there's a lot of different floors on here, and they kind of interconnect, sometimes with elevators, sometimes with staircases, or both. When I actually do the POI part of this, what's going to happen is some of these areas will be blocked, and it's going to kind of force you to take a little bit elongated path through the station, hopefully getting to different checkpoints. And then, of course, a lot of little secret things along the way. But I don't want it confusing. I don't want people to be like, get in here and have no idea where to go. I think I brought that up before as well, so nothing new there. But here's this whole section here is new. I haven't really tweaked out exactly what's going in these rooms or decorated anything. I'm just basically trying to get the mask blocks and textures in place for the time being. And thinking a little bit about, when you're running through here, where could I spawn in bad guys to shoot at you? Can they come out of the woodwork, sometimes, or walk out from other little rooms that you might have not seen, or hit you from different angles, or whatever. So this is another one of these little bit larger rooms. This is directly below the crafting section. And then the shield is kind of like back there. Now, I haven't really actually done this shield area yet. I just got some glass in front of it right now. So that's another room area, which will be the last part of the POI before you beat the POI, is when you get up into this section. But you obviously don't do it from where I'm at right now. So there'll be other things in here, and it's going to take a little some time after I get the player base version done and on the workshop before I can get the POI version done. The POI is going to require some more block work and things like that, as well as placing all the spawners and other things in here to make it work. So there'll be some modifications, and then then I'll have to do some play testing on it as well to see how that's going to work out. And that could take a little bit of time in itself. If stuff isn't spawning in right, the path isn't quite right, stuff gets stuck, you get stuck, stuff like that. There's a lot of things that could ruin the fun factor if you don't do it right. So yeah, in the main crafting area, I know I showed this is one of the very first things I did when I was doing the interior on the base here, so I probably don't need to go in there. This just walks through a door out the back here to an elevator, which I'll probably take, but this goes to like the extended part of that crafting area. It's not really crafting in here. It's just extra storage. Got to have another little room there for that. So let me go up. And yeah, we've got little things off the side of the elevators. It's one thing I've not done yet is to really work out the elevator textures and get them all in uniform. Another thing I'm going to have to do is make some LCDs. Going to need some directional LCDs or informational, and then I would like, of course, like I always do, to make some kind of neat looking LCDs for storage containers, or try to. So yeah, I'm getting myself a little bit lost in here right now, and I think right now I'm heading out to, nope, that's an elevator. Okay, so this goes out to the rear side landing pads. Walking through here. Let me go down a floor, and I'll try to show you that way a little bit here too. And stuff like this, you see how there's a door here. You can't see it because of my lighting, and then I got like a spot for like an O2 thing. But yeah, stuff like this, I got to tweak out a lot of this stuff and try to make it make sure you can see this door. Some of the stuff like it when it's in the dark like that, it's almost, you can't, yeah, I barely can see it. So anyway, back up here. Okay, so here's the main farming area, which has 54 grow plots, and then there's another 36 grow plots in the sub farm areas on the front. There's this floor space over here that kind of goes out to another different back door that way, and then down and around over here again to whatever this room is. I don't really know, and then that will loop back around to kind of where I came from. Let me go down this way. Oh, okay, so we're back here again. Okay, I'm gonna go catch one of these main elevators. So for the player base sake, there's two central elevators that are right at the front of the hangar, and this will get you basically to the crafting area and the farm area, and of course the hangar pretty quickly. I'm gonna go all the way down. Yeah, there's all these floors. So this is just another one of those sections. I think I showed this part a little bit last time. Walking in from underneath the landing pads. Some of these areas will undoubtedly be sealed up for the POI. Like sealed up like the door. I'm not talking about the interior space, but like the door and whatnot. And it gets down into this this room over here, which is unfinished back over there, which is going to be again the last part of the station where the main core is going to go, and the CPU blocks, stuff like that. I've got this. I left a little bit of opening over here because I have to do the gravity thing. I added one gravity generator to the station, but it's going to need a second one, I'm pretty sure, to cover the whole area of the station. So I'm just kind of like leaving a little bit of holes in places right now so I can fit things in if I decide to put stuff there. If not, I'll fall into a hole. No, if not, I'll you know, find another way, or put something else there that's decorative. So now we're on the floor that would lead to the two module bays, and that's kind of what that looks like walking in here. And you have that outer ring that where you can kind of see the outside of the outside part of the station as you get here. So another room I got to do up, the module bay room, I guess you could say. Doesn't necessarily need anything here, but the way the shaping is, I gotta make something happen in here. Otherwise, kind of just wasted room there. And yeah, but part of it, when I keep on saying the flooring that I want to redo to, or tweak, I'll say, is I can gain access to some usable textures if I replace a lot of these blocks with concrete for pathing and things like that. Right now I just got very, very limited options on what I can do with flooring. In some parts of the flooring I'm just filling them in with the colored metal, but this is the main floor texture that I've got going on right now, and there's not too many alternatives that fit with that very nicely. Alright, so let's see, let me catch one of these elevators and proceed upward. As you can see, these elevators are getting pretty tall, and there's kind of a lot of floors on them. So I'm going to try to go up above the hangar this time. I'm missing doors. And okay, so we're back at the farm. Let's just keep going. And then we're up to this top area here. And yeah, this room is pretty much the same as it was before. Got a little bit of coloring going on here. See what you think of that. And try not to make too big of a thing on Imperium video, but anybody that knows what they're looking at there probably knows what I'm talking about. Amazing what you can do with some color. So then there's this section over here as well that I showed before. So basically, if you walk through, there are a few nooks and crannies of the station that aren't done. I think I missed a couple rooms, but they were insignificant from where I'm at right now. And I got a lot of tweaking to do. And there's here, I'm gonna go into God mode a second here. There's other like areas like this is probably going to lead to a secret. This whole section over here, and it actually ties up through some of the staircases over here and whatnot. But yeah, nothing's final yet, but it is certainly getting there. It's been a lot of work, but at this particular project for quite a long time now. And I know it gets kind of old to see the same videos, covering the same thing, but it's just, when you get into these kind of creations, this is a big time sink. I mean, I could have built a whole lot of littler things in the amount of time it takes to build this one thing, for sure. It's almost like many different builds all put into one, I guess you could say. But that is where I'm at right now. One last thing I want to take a look at is I was just kind of comparing this a little bit to probably its closest cousin in size class and whatnot, and that is the Kriel Overseer War Carrier, which was made quite a while ago already. So this guy over here was, this is a CV obviously, but this one ended up being size class 19. And as a base, if you're going to have something in the game and following the rules, bases can be larger than CVs for games. Now this, I think, was brought into the game by a Scarly. I'm sorry about that. But it had to be lowered in size class to make it work. Basically, a lot of the lighting and a lot of the other little things that suck up size class were removed from it, so it could hit the size class needed to be in game, as it was too much as it sat stock. This one's not really having that problem. Bases allow for a higher size class to start with versus a CV, and it's actually lower size class. So yeah, spec wise, size class 15 on this one right now. I'm not CPU. It's hitting a little bit over 1 million. I haven't added any CPU blocks into this yet, so I'm not worried about that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be happy in both vanilla and reforged once I add in CPU blocks. And if I have CPU problems, I can remove turrets that don't necessarily need to be there, like this big artillery up top, stuff like that. Last thing I was thinking about too, in the sake of POI, is do I want to run an admin block? And if you don't know what I'm talking about there, an admin block, when you're dealing with POIs, if you have like an admin core like that, it doesn't allow the player to destroy it. In other words, like blow away, like if I wanted to start shooting this area here, I wouldn't be able to do that. But you can allow people to destroy areas by slightly damaging them. Like if I were, say I got out a gun and I started shooting this up and it just, lowered the hit points down on these blocks by a smidgen, then they could be destroyed. So basically, if you use an admin core, you have the option to allow what can be destroyed and what can't be destroyed. I believe turrets are not part of that. Turrets, I believe, can be destroyed regardless, but don't quote me on that because I'm not positive. But if, for instance, something like this, especially if it has a pretty complex layout, you know, where you go in here and you go through part of one side and it kind of forces you to go around the other side, up a floor, and maybe across and down over here and back over here and lead you all around in the station, making your course longer. You could easily side skirt that by, like, say I keep on saying I want the end part of the base to be over here. Well, there's a door right at the front. You could blow this door out very easily and be at the end of the POI. That's yeah. I don't want to see that happen either. That'd be. I mean, if you know the POI, you've been through it, and you're just like, yeah, just hit that door and go that way, and you're done. That's what everybody would obviously do after maybe a first run on it, and I want it to be more challenging than that. I'm not trying to make like some hardcore psycho POI that's horrendous to get through. That's not really the goal. I just want it to be fun. You know, I want it to be fun. I just, you know, you get over here, it's like, yeah, let's go on a shooting spree and play a little, you know, FPS game for a little while and get some loot out of it, or even salvage the whole thing. So, anyway, that is where I'm at. I've just been kind of trying to show you what I've been working on. Sorry I haven't got quite as much done as I would like. And also, another thing to know, I'm very, very badly behind on comments right now, especially with the Steam Workshop. I think I got like 60 unread comments right now, and I apologize for that. It's going to take some time to like go through all those. I mean, some comments are, you know, just, you know, quick, and others, you know, can be like, hey, check this out, or look at this, or there's a problem with this, or a more involved question, or what, you know, hey, I got your blueprint, and I'm trying to bring it into the game, but I don't see it in the list. That's a huge common problem. In fact, I do intend on making a video about that problem. It has come up so many times, so many times, and that's basically related to the Steam Workshop allows you to sub 200 things. Well, no, it allows you to sub as many things as you like. The game only allows you to see the first 200 of those in alphabetical order. So what happens when you say like something like something I got named like Waypoint Station, for instance. It starts with a W. If you exceeded 200 subs from the workshop, you won't see that in the list, or well, any at the bottom end of the alphabet. Anything beyond that, you don't see. So basically, like, it might just start cutting off at like anything that starts with T further on. It's just as an example. So it's come up probably 20, 30 times already of people having the same issue. If you don't know anything about it and you don't know how to fix it, it could be really, really annoying. It's like, hey, I just subbed that. Why is it not in my list? So I wanted to do a video to show you how to get around that, so you can sub more things and not have that problem, or, you know, if you do run into that problem, know how to correct it, so you can get that creation into your game. All right. Well, anyway, that's pretty much all I got for today. Just wanted to show you where I'm at, and I'll keep working away at this. It's getting there. It's getting there. That's all I got to say. I don't know how many hours I have in this right now. I never have really tried to time it, you know. And sometimes I'll work on it pretty dedicatedly for like 2-3 hours to get a bunch done. Other times I'll like work on it for another 2-3 hours, but get seemingly very little done. But it's like I'm looking at things and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, and or maybe a little tweaks or details or something like that. So it doesn't seem like you got a lot done, but a lot of time went by even at that. So so hard to estimate, but in the end, I have a feeling this is going to be about a 150-hour project from start to finish. So definitely one of the bigger ones I've done. Not the biggest, but it's up there in the next tier down from that for sure. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later.